Hello to my Cancers and happy birthday. All right, Cancers, this reading is for the 21st of June through the 28th of June. So let's getting into the reading. All right, Cancers, happy birthday to all of you all and happy summer solstice. All right, happy summer solstice. Hopefully everybody's keeping cool wherever you are, keeping cool. And that part of the world where it gets really hot, right? So thank you for the ideas. I did post something with gift ideas. So the first gift, let me just get this out of the way before we really get into this reading here. This is the first. A lot of people have been looking for this book here. This is a really, really good book. So I have a copy of this. This is the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. Yay, right? So just in case somebody wants this book, first person who sends me a text message, 202-460-3205, gets the book. I only have one extra copy. And so it was a pretty popular book. You may be able to find it if you don't win the book, because I'll have more giveaways. And yeah, so I'll announce it later. But that's the book. So we're gonna focus on your reading right now. So anyway, happy birthday to all of my Cancers. So if your birthday is when this video drops, or or if your birthday happens to pop up, just put it below, and then I'll just try to, pin it to the top. First birthday I see, I'll try to pin it to the top, especially if it's on the day that the video goes up, so that give other people an opportunity to say happy birthday to you. There's no pressure. You don't have to put your birthday up there. Y'all know how it goes. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. All right. So we're going to resume the readings, the personal readings. So for now, you can just send me a text message. I'll open up the calendar again soon, but for right now, you can send me a text message. I'm still working on some projects. Here we have, I am generous and kind with everyone, right? Well, I mean, of course you would be Cancer. You are Cancer, right? You're a sweetheart sign. Continue being kind and generous with everyone, or generous and kind with everyone, right? So let's put the book to the side so we can jump into your reading. You all are the I feel sign. You all are the mother and money sign of the zodiac, Cancers. So protect your auric layer. Protect your auric layer. We are getting ready to get into a new moon in Cancer, and I want you all to protect your auric layer. Your auric layer is, or your aura is like an energetic calling card. It's the first thing people sense, not necessarily see, but what they sense, right? When they meet you, right? Whether they meet you over the phone, or that's why I said sense, not see. Sense, whether it's over the phone or through text message, or in some form of communication, or in person, right? So that's your auric layer. The second auric layer, your emotional body. That's 2 to 3 inches. If they meet you in person, like 2 to 3 inches off of your physical body, it's related to your sacral chakra. Your emotions, including unprocessed feelings from the past. This layer shifts as your mood shifts, right? And so part of what, I'm posting on my community page is like what I'm getting from this book here, right? Is like spirit animals, right? A lot of people are kind of getting, especially if it's warmer climate in your area. So this book here, remember, if you all remember, we had a full moon in Cancer. I know we're going to have a new moon in Cancer coming up. We had a full moon in Cancer in January. There was a wolf moon, right? And so we're talking about the duality of nature. And we started out with a new moon in Gemini, and that's duality, right? So I'm posting kind of like just at random, like the cons instead of the pros of spirit animals. Because if you're going to be kind of out and about, you want to make sure you don't have any like unprocessed, your water isn't so low, you are missing any signs of like feeling like something is around you when you're out. A lot of people are going to be sitting out, like kind of sitting outside. You want to make sure you're not being approached by Bambi, and you thinking, oh, Bambi's so cute. Well, Bambi's still a wild animal, right? So here we go. 746. You got some big decisions to make. The steps you must take have been revealed. The choice you need to make presently have already been decided in your heart. Your angels validate that you, excuse me, hold on, know what to do. So looking within is the only work that is left. So right now, ask your angels to reveal to reveal the answer to the big question in your life as you sit quietly in meditation. Allow that answer to find you. So 746. So you're closing out something that tried to end you. In other words, you're closing out something that tried to end you. Like you've spoken some things into existence. Your throat chakra. Speaking of a moon, so the moon is in Taurus, right? So the moon is in Taurus, and um, it's a waning crescent moon. We're not talking about a person that's a Taurus, just so we're crystal clear, right? We're not talking about a person. Taurus rules second house, right? So Taurus, a waning crescent moon, so I'm saying moon in Taurus is a time for grounded release, emotional stillness, and preparing for a fresh start by letting go of attachments to comfort, security, and material habits. Taurus brings earthy, sensual, and stability, focused energy, making this moon phase ideal for releasing resistance, clearing emotional clutter, and reconnecting with your values, right? So remaining kind, generous and kind with everyone, that you meet. So you have some big decisions that you're making, right? Making some big decisions. You have to make some big decisions. All right, let's see what we got going on here as you are kind of sort of going into your shell and just processing your emotions. But be mindful wherever you are, because summer solstice kind of, it's almost like people going out, picnics, cookouts, that kind of thing, and you being out amongst the wilderness. You bringing out food, you bringing out those things. I was like, oh, okay, let me start reminding people, okay, the cons of being around these cute little animals. You're seeing raccoons going through your trash. You're seeing these, snakes are coming out, bears, depending on where you are, deer that you thinking are cute. Deer looking at you like, this is my territory here. What are you doing? So releasing attachment. So first question, in terms of releasing attachment, what material or emotional comfort am I clinging to that no longer serves me? That's what question you want to ask your source. We're asking source within you. What material or emotional comfort is, and I'm asking source. I'm asking source to give me an answer in the cards. Is Cancer clinging to that no longer serves them, right? So let's look at this. So 7 and 4 is 11. 7 and 4 is 11. 11 is a master number, right? So some kind of initiation process went on here. Somebody wanted to be a part of something really, really bad. And it doesn't necessarily mean that, I know a lot of people hear stuff about secret societies and stuff like that. I don't get into all of that on my channel because a secret society would remain a secret. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of organizations. People, your job is an organization. Your family is an organization. I mean, like, so yeah, everybody belongs to something, some kind of group or whatever. You belong to a family, you belong to a whatever. But so anyway, source is saying you got some big decisions to make, and somebody wanted to belong to something, whether it was who knows what they want to belong to, right? But someone spoke something into existence, and they must have manifested something they wanted to belong to. But the other side of 7 would be 4, right? So I feel like they, looking at your cards here, something may have been impulsive. Something may have been impulsive. May have been. I'm just saying may have been. May or may not have been. And then the 6 right here is a nurturing number here, right? That 7 right here, your card in tarot and major arcana would be like the Chariot, right? Um, yeah, so continue remaining generous and kind with everyone that you meet. So let's get into something, right? So here we have 7 of Wands here. I'm saying you're praying and meditating on something, praying and meditating on something, right? Yeah, praying and meditating on something. So there is a could be a fire sign. Okay, let me back up for a second. So 7 Libra rules 7th house, right? So Libra is we're not talking about any Libras, just so we're crystal clear. So when I say signs, we're not talking about a person, we're talking about just I'm referring to houses. And if I have to keep re-saying that, I mean not re-saying it, but saying it is helping you. So seventh house is about marriage, relationships, partnerships, business contracts, inner desires, enemies. Looking at your cards here, something could have been done behind your back. And the reason why I'm saying this because throat chakra connects us with um, Taurus. We're not necessarily talking about a Taurus, right? But Taurus is receiving, um, a receiving sign. Like your sign is a receiving sign. You're just in 2 different elements, right? So you are a water sign. Taurus is a earth sign. So 2 different elements, uh, 2 different, 2 different modalities. You're a cardinal sign. Um, There are fixed signs. It's 2 energies could have received. Um, who knows what they received, right? But I want to say something possibly in a physical sense. But something could have caused you a nightmare. Something could have caused you a nightmare, right? Something could have caused you a nightmare, right? So, like I said, you're kind and generous with everyone, but you're on top of something. It's something that you're on top of. Something could have caused you to have nightmares. But something happened really, really quickly. It may have caused you to lose focus. May have caused you to lose focus. I'm seeing this person right here meditating. Seeing this person meditating on something. So maybe someone's trying to reach you via telepathy. Looking at your cards here. Yeah. Um, and someone is familiar with something because I'm looking at familiar spirits here. With something somehow losing some kind of focus. Somebody is familiar with your nightmares. It could have been you could have had familiar spirits around. You could have had 2 familiar spirits around you that help you, like that are familiar with you losing focus. It could be your neighbors. Could have maybe heard you have nightmares, or maybe you discussed with somebody that you were having nightmares about something. Whoever it is, you could have talked to some energies that could have, um, you know, felt that you had nightmares about something. Only way that you would like somebody's gifts, whoever you are, your gifts are so strong. Somebody's a prayer warrior. Somebody's gifts are so strong. And I know this because I'm looking at the number 4 here and I'm talking about the duality of these numbers. Somebody's gifts are so strong. And it is because you're kind, because you're generous and kind with everyone as a Cancer, you're a high priestess energy, but somebody's a light high priestess energy. You're not a dark high priestess energy. You're a light high priestess energy. Somebody's a light worker. Whoever's tuned in, you're a light worker. Is the reason why your nightmares are coming to an end. The nightmares are coming to an end. Something has caused you a lot of nightmares, and somebody is so tapped in emotionally um, to whoever it is that you're tapped in so emotionally to someone else, whoever it could be your husband, it could be your wife, it could be your kids, it could be your partner, it could be a sibling, whoever. It's a soulmate. Soulmate is a kindred spirit. You're so tapped into a kindred spirit, you literally feel everything they feel. Right? Lover's card is not always about lovers. Lover's card is a partnership. It's a partnership in business or partnership in love. But it's like, that's what it, like I said, you are, it's like someone, it's a kindred spirit. It's a kindred spirit. And see this number 6, it looks like a rounded back with a bulging belly. If you can see the number 6, it can even be somebody's child. It could be a parent that you're so tapped in. You know how like sometimes parents could feel everything their kids are going through. So like if you had a parent, it could be your mom or your dad, that they call you and they're like, um, are you hungry? Or, my back was hurting. Or, all of a sudden I just broke out in hives. Are you okay? Like parents could be that in tune, with their kids. And you could have had a parent that's like that, right? And you're like, well, how in the world did they know X, Y, and Z? Or if you're that in tune with your spouse, or that in tune with your kids or somebody, right? So, but you're so on top of something. You're definitely on top of something. So where has Cancer become? Um, let me see. Let me see. Grounded reflection. How can Cancer create peace within while the world feels uncertain? So you're getting grounded with something. Yeah, something. Okay. Here we have the 6 of Pentacles here. Money is coming to you. Money is coming to you and someone else. But it feels like, but something is not just about money. It's so the energy of money is already attracted to Cancer. So you're not, it's not just about money for Cancer. Wherever Cancer is, because your sign rules 4th house. Somebody has a partnership in business and or in love coming across your path. And you're on top of some things. There's so many parts to this. There's so many parts to this reading. So my apologies if it kind of sounds like it's all over the place with you all. But somebody's waking up from some nightmares. Um, that energies were paid to put you through. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, here's a Page of Pentacles here. So somebody wanted to send a message. That they had this, that you having this whole new lease on life, or two people had this whole new lease on life. Somebody wanted to send you a message that people had a whole new lease on life, right? Here's a world card here, that they felt fulfilled, that they had this whole new lease on life, right? So anyway, you got some big decisions to make. So rise above any kind of judgment. Rise above any kind of judgment. But let me see. Yeah, but money is coming back to you and somebody. I cannot reiterate. I can't or reiterate or reemphasize about money, because that's not the primary goal or focus here necessarily for you, because Cancer is the money and mother sign. But here's the 10 of Swords here. Yeah. I see you continuing. This is not you starting to thrive, but I see you continuing to thrive. Continuing to thrive. Um, Here we have the 7 of Cups here. Yeah, so you got some good news coming across your path, right? So something new and exuberant coming across your path. So it could be a new job for you, and it can also be a new love, depending on what you want. Just it's up to you. New love, new job, new something coming across your path, right? But these it's whoever these energies are really wanted to stop someone from thriving behind closed doors. But you're so on top and so in tune with whatever is going on. It's like the best way I can describe this is whoever wanted to be initiated or wanted to be a part of something, it's literally like having someone on the inside. You don't have to physically be there, but your energy is there, and you pick up on. You have these like those crab antennas, and you pick up on everything. Like literally, you don't even have to talk to somebody. You just pick up on energy, and it comes through. It comes through your gift. It comes through your gift. Whereas familiar spirits have to, that's why I know I'm talking to a light high priestess, because you don't have to be around these energies. You don't have to live near these energies. You don't have to talk to these energies. Whoever wanted to be a part of something, as soon as they walked through a door, it was like right here. You had some idea. It's like there's antennas. You on like on a crab, like the crab antennas was right there. You instantly started picking up. You instantly start picking up information. Yeah, somebody doesn't look like what they've been through. Because something in them left their body. Just like something in you left yours. hmm That's how kindred spirits are so attached. Once somebody starts assassinating your character, it's literally like this happened to somebody. Like it literally for somebody, that's what it felt like. Um, So these two energies really wanted to leave your nurturing outside of. It was like, okay, that was part of the initiation. If you want to be a part of this, you're going to have to leave Cancer's nurturing on the outside. And that's what it did to somebody. But except it didn't leave it on the outside. It didn't leave it on the outside. You literally felt everything. Whoever you are, you felt everything. Because that's how tapped in you are. So let me see. Um, let's see. So, what quiet message source is Cancer is rising up from Cancer's intuition that they've been ignoring? Yeah, somebody, whoever you are, whatever it is you're doing, Cancer, you are really, really just that tapped in. Yeah, you're really that tapped in. Yeah. Now somebody knows why you've had to move as much as you've had to move. Now somebody knows who's been bullying you. Like somebody has been so tapped in as to, somebody had a next door neighbor. Somebody had a military next door neighbor. Somebody who was in the military, who was your next door neighbor. This was someone's. Okay. This was someone's first house. Wherever somebody's first house was. Something that was supposed to be like real quiet and serene for you. After something had ended, right? Something had ended, and this was someone's first house, right? You were celebrating. but then you had to move. Somebody had to move. There was a karmic couple that moved in next door to you. And the energy was both of them were in the military. Both of them were in the military. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You need more information? There was a Taurus that helped somebody to move, and I know that because Taurus' symbol is a bull. There were two Aries that were celebrating your move and the closing out of something. So a lot of things are coming back to you. Somebody is having a total recall of all the things that you went through with these energies, and just kind of sort of being responsible for all the nightmares that you went through and how people were actually being paid to do this to you. So it looks like somebody has maybe moved a lot of times. But what is the root of all of this? What is the root of all of this? Somebody's family could have a military background. I'm saying this because I'm looking at Wands energy. There's fire. And so fire speaks to spirituality. It speaks to action. So self-worth. There is an organization that is responsible for you all. You may be constantly moving here and there, you and possibly your kids. So y'all, if you and somebody have such a close knit, you and somebody have such a close knit bond that everything they feel, you feel. Literally everything they feel, you feel. Um, So to just give somebody just money, that's why we keep saying money isn't everything. To just physically give somebody money for this whole new lease on life, that's not that doesn't work for everybody. These energies, whoever these energies were, wanted to bring judgment down on you. Like literally wanted to erase your existence, whoever you are. Like you're just some complete fool. And they were determined to do it. Right? Like the Pied Piper. And had much fun doing it. You're talking about fifth house through your romantic life, your creativity, your children, your how you had fun, your self-expression, your hobbies, what makes you feel good. So many lies have been following you around for so long, but something happened with someone's first house. You and somebody had moved into a first house together. You had taken some kind of action to kind of sort of get settled in, but something is like almost as quickly as you moved in and got settled in, as quickly as you were out. So I don't know who I'm talking to here when I say this. And it was a Taurus that helped somebody to move, and they were all too ready to help you to move. And so whoever somebody's neighbor was has played a role in this entire journey of just chaos and confusion. The Hermit card. So a light came on for you. In other words, whoever this person is, whether it's a man or woman, they have literally been following you around the world, obsessed. This is what's hidden in here is an obsession. So if you remember who your next door neighbor was for your first house, your very first house, we're not talking about an apartment. This is a house, right? And there was a karmic couple that was in the house. They were both either military or law enforcement or something that you could remember. They just caused a bunch of chaos and confusion for no reason. She or he may have said something quite offensive to you that you don't even know where it came from. Something about their energy was aggressive. Something about their energy was aggressive, impatient, impulsive. Like, okay, how does this energy even know you? That energy, whether it was a man or woman, has been following you all around the world. Okay? Obsessed. And whoever you have kids with, and when I say Taurus, their moon could be Taurus, their sun could be Taurus, their Venus rising, whoever, 12th house could be Taurus, whatever. But I'm saying Taurus here because Taurus's symbol is a bull, right? This 10th house right here talks about your career, your life goals, your public image, the father aspect, masculine energy, social status, and fame. So somebody would have been attacking those areas of you, about you. So whoever that neighbor was is the energy who has been following you around, who has literally been stalking you, who has literally been stalking you with an organization. And so they all belong to a family, right? They don't have to be blood related, but they could be all a part of a same organization or same type of an organization that has, religious, doesn't necessarily have to be a church, mosque, or temple. A lot of organizations start out with prayer or some kind of opening, something. Right here we have Ace of Pentacles. So there's money coming back your way and someone else's way, but you're on top of something. Yeah, you're definitely on top of something. Yeah, because something was done behind your back. Yep, something was done behind your back while you on travel. You have a window of opportunity that's wide open for you. Something went for you from local to global, like in terms of your gifts. Yeah, in terms of your gifts. Because people who thought that you were lying as far as your gifts were concerned before know beyond all shadows of a doubt that you're not in terms of your gifts. Remember, I'm talking about your fourth house. So your sun, moon, rising, Venus don't have to necessarily be Cancer, wherever Cancer is in your birth chart. I'm talking about your fourth house. People thought like like your family or home life, sense of security, ancestry, care, tradition, inner emotions, um, maternal figures, pets. All these people thought that you were lying or that you were being paranoid or going crazy or whatever the case may be. But literally, there has been an organization that has been following you around, bullying you, trying to make you scared of something. And you have been just going, like telling people. Yeah, telling people, right? So the number 7 is the justice card, right? So somebody has some legal help. Not just in a spiritual sense. You have physical legal help. These energies have been trying to make you and somebody feel worthless. So a lot of your wishes are being fulfilled. So when people look at you, Cancer, your card is the Chariot card, and think that you are on some kind of a high horse. I said this before in your reading. I don't know why another human would want another human being's life. I can't figure that out for the life of me. With all the years I've been here on planet Earth, I could not figure out why somebody else would want to be somebody else. Why would you want to be another person for real? These energies were so obsessed with you. This family was so, whoever this organization is, was so obsessed with you that you would tell what you and somebody had gone through with them. So obsessed. Some of these people have transitioned, and I know that because this was hidden in the judgment card is death. Some of these people have died, and stuff has just been going on and on. Like people have just been, that somebody press a button on the computer and it's just processing, just constantly processing. All this stuff just processing and processing and processing. You're not judging anybody, but some of it has to do with your skin color. Some of it has to do with your gender. Some of it has to do with your height. In other words, some of it has to do with your age. Some of it has to do with your sexual preference. Some of it has to do with the number 8. We're talking about the judgment card, right? 8, death card, right? Some of it has to do with your renewal. Some of it has to do with your transformation. Some of it has to do with your finances or shared finances. Some of it has to do with your inheritance. Some of it has to do with your occult knowledge. Some of it has to do with a mystery around you. Some of it has to do with your intimacy. In other words, people were so busy judging you that they couldn't even help you. So they would rather believe a lie about you than the truth, just looking for any reason to not help you. It's easier to think, oh, this person was just foolish. They should have known better. They should have made smarter decisions. Okay. The same judgment that they judged you by is what they're now being judged by. Same judgment. So in preparing for a new moon, what new form of abundance is quietly forming within my cancers? All right. Exactly as you are. Somebody is so powerful. I don't know who's tuned in, right? But the one who is always dissatisfied with the present moment will never have a better future. Give yourself permission to feel content right here, right now. Yeah. Somebody absolutely saw you as competition. So whatever very first house you had, very first house you purchased, that energy and whoever they were with in a karmic couple relationship, that is the energy that has been obsessed with you from the very beginning. From the very beginning. Miracles in the dark. In the darkest moments, it's easy to feel lost and alone. When you stay focused on the light, you'll receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. So your 10th, your north node, find out what your north node is, your 10th house, your career, life goals, achievement, public image, father, aspect of things, masculine, social status, fame, and to know that these family members knew all of this. Some of your family members have lived with you and knew who was living right next door to you, didn't open their mouth and say a word. Because they're all a part of the same organization, didn't say one word. You're forging a new path. When you make new choices, you create new results. Let go of old patterns and embrace the power of possibility. You are fully supported. Fully supported. A new chapter. When things seem to be falling apart, be aware that new things may be coming together in new ways that suit the next phase of your life even better. What's been happening here is part of this judgment card, what's hidden in here is death, is that you've been going through a very powerful transformation. Whoever you are, of constantly being lied to, gaslighted, told one thing, just lying for people lying to you by commission and omission, knowing things, not telling you stuff, sitting right in your face, like what? I mean, just like what in the world? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I mean, just authenticity attracts. So being authentic attracts the right people and repels the wrong ones. So when you stay true, you naturally filter out those who don't align with your path. And your feelings, you have feeling, talk to men and women, cancers. Something about your feeling, you kept feeling something was off. You may not have been able to put your finger on it. Remember, when the moon moves through your sign, it affects your stomach, your breast, your womb area, your ovaries, if you have ovaries or like the mucus, it affects those parts of your body. So again, you're rising above, judging anybody, but that's gonna be a no. That's gonna be a no. The pause is the shift. Your past is now behind you. All you desire is right in front of you. Pause to reconnect with your power and follow the pull of your destiny. I mean, like, for real. What I was getting ready to say is, um, as you're closing out a cycle, um, it's a lot of your reading. It's a lot in your reading in terms of like competition. It's a lot in your reading in terms of a competition that I don't even think that you were even aware of. I don't even think that you were even aware of. So whoever you are, you're so tapped in. That's why somebody has been all this fire right here, all this energy right here that was put into this just to try to judge you in the physical form, and all these lies that were told about you to make you look like you just this. So stay true to yourself. Go hug a tree. The need for validation from others is an illusion. You are not responsible for how others perceive you, but it is your responsibility to stay true to yourself. Now, these people that had you out here looking like, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, somebody had the key. Yeah, somebody had the key. Had your neighbors had cameras pointing at somebody's house. I don't even like when I do these readings like this. I'm like, okay, yeah, because this is in a physical sense. Somebody just has a really, really big heart. Yeah, it's time to wake up from a nightmare. You out here thriving. You don't listen. Don't be like these energies. Raise your frequency. Make sure, like I said before, somebody has so much good news coming across their path. Like, and then you being generous and kind with everyone that you meet. Whoever somebody's first neighbor was, this energy, part of the reason why when people first meet you, they're really nasty and rude to you is because somebody has already gone ahead of you and said something. Somebody's connected to somebody else. They said something. So somebody now starting to make all the connections. But this is somebody's first neighbor. Mm-hmm. And all of these people knew all of this stuff and didn't say one word to you. So clean your space. Yeah, clean your space. So this is more of a, like I said before, somebody is going into hermit mode, and just like I said, so that you can yeah, there's a Scorpio involved in something. His companionship. You and somebody have a memory like an elephant, for real. Like giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. It's an astonishing gift, right? hmm So yeah, you're creating space for someone else in your life, right? For someone in your life, right? Creating space for someone in your life. So that could be someone new or someone returning back to your life, or whatever. But you're gonna be praying about it for sure. You're praying about it. Let me see. Is there anything else? Anything else? Yeah, but usually energies tell on themselves. Whoever these energies are, a lot of people call me asking me about secret societies. I'm like, what you asking me for? What you asking me for? If it was a secret, it'd be a secret, right? Right? If it was a secret, it'd be a secret. People who are part of secret societies don't tell you. They don't tell on themselves. Keep that in mind. They don't tell on themselves. If somebody really wanted to be a part of something so bad, they start telling on themselves. Here's the Eight of Swords. Wanting to be something that they're not. You don't tell on yourself if you, I mean, but yeah, this is a destiny swap. or trying. Somebody wanted your life so bad. I'm just even reading these cards here. I don't even know why somebody else would want to be somebody else. Like what? Just this is this is the outer look. This is the outermost generational card here. The Judgment card, which is currently retrograde, outermost. This is this outermost, right? This is a generational card here too. Somebody must have heard some things about you, maybe your spiritual walk, or like that you're a person who is, you inspire a lot of people, you motivate a lot of people, or whatever the case may be. Somebody must have spoken really, really highly of you for somebody to really want to do a destiny swap with you to a point. This is what I was about to say about your card here, that um somebody you were in a relationship with wanted to have you restricted, like kept trying to put you in wilderness situations where you could get arrested or detained or just arrested, right? Have you put in jail or prison or ended completely, just have you wiped off the face of the earth. I mean, just what in the world? Listen. And all of these people knew this. When I say all of these people, y'all would have to pray and ask source who all these people are. I can't say who all of these people are. Obviously, it's not all the people on the planet, but a light is going to come on for you in hermit mode. I just can't figure out why somebody would want to be somebody else. I just can't even see that on any day. Like what I feel like everybody's created in source's image. I could see somebody saying, "Oh wow, how did you, how were you able to, maybe ask somebody for some advice or mentorship or anyway." Here's a Knight of Cups here. You saved yourself from something. I don't know what you saved yourself from. You're gonna pray about that, but you walked away from something. Yeah, somebody was a part of an organization. You may have been a part of an organization you walked away from, but you saved yourself from something. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you're part of, if you really a part, if you were a part of a secret society, you probably didn't tell nobody. So when people call me, ask me about secret societies, I see all these messages, all this stuff on social media. Y'all gotta come off of a particular frequency. When you're talking about organizations, your job is an organization. Your church is an organization. Your mosque is an organization. Yeah. Mm. So here's Queen of Swords here. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Real careful. I feel like whoever I'm talking to is really just that tapped into your kindred spirit. That's what I feel like somebody is really just that tapped into their kindred spirit. That's what I feel like looking at your cards here. Ten of Swords here. Somebody wants you to meet some kind of complete, painful ending, some kind of rock bottom failure, collapse, defeat. Somebody thought that you saw something. I mean, a conversation, maybe. Somebody should have had I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, what in the world? Somebody could have had a conversation, maybe, with you instead of a What I say? Three of Cups. You think somebody could have had a conversation with you? See, yeah, but you and somebody are on top of something. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you fortunate that you're on top of something, because I'm telling you, you and somebody are not a fool. Y'all are not boo boo, the fool. People don't know what you all are. Whoever I'm talking to, people don't know what you are part of. I'm telling y'all, there's so many people out here that's a part of organizations that they never even talk about, because you got too many people bragging about, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a part of this and that, and so on. They want everybody to know that they're part. So that's the problem. Anyway, but whoever these energies are that swore up and down they were saving you from something, they ain't open their mouth and say one word to you. Just went right into judging you, thinking that you was on some high horse or thinking that you thought you was better than somebody. Didn't open their mouth to say anything. Five of Pentacles. Here's the Empress card, child. Anyway, but you felt something in your back. Yeah. I mean, yeah, here's the Two of Pentacles here. These are two energies. When you see Cups energies, some energies thought that you saw something that you weren't supposed to see, right? This is your reading is closed out. That's it. Trust your feelings. You are unique. Your destiny is waiting for you to write your story and pave your own path. Follow your heart. Don't let others dictate who you should be. Yeah. So whoever you are, looking at your cards here, I'm sending you lots of love and light, whoever you are. I think somebody now knows what a soulmate is. It's not just a romantic, a romantic partnership. It really is a kindred spirit. It's a kindred spirit, and that is how people choose. Where remember, you all are the I feel sign, right? And um, and like I said, you're the mother of the. So I'm talking to men and women, cancers. Um, um, you all know what feels right for you. Um, like the Dr. Maya Angelou quote, which you hear me say quite a bit around Cancer or like fourth house, is I've learned that people will forget what you said, but people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. You had an encounter, I don't know who you are, but in certain spaces for you all, some of you all have encountered such mean girl, mean guy energy. It's almost like being a part of a like teenagers, right? Whether it's on your job, that's an organization, right? Which the secret could be you wanted to be a part of that job organization so bad. Just not talking about your last job or somebody else's job, but some of the jobs that some of you all have worked on that is an organization, right? That you want to be a part of until you got into certain departments and realized your manager act like a teenager, right? They saw something all over you and tried literally want to make it hell for you, where it increased your prayer life, right? You had a total recall. That's number 7. Tower card. 16, 1 and 6 and 7. You had a total recall. I got a bad feeling about this, right? So you had a bad feeling about something. So you are complete. You are not broken. Nothing is wrong with you. Don't spend your life fixing problems. Dwell in the beauty of your being. You are enough now and always. I'm telling y'all. whoever you are, whether it's a romantic relationship, friendship, job, apartment complex, condo, all of those are parts of organizations. So don't get caught up in all that stuff you see on social media. Like you hearing all that stuff on social media, this organization, this and this is secret society and all. Listen, if it was secret, it would be, you would know. If it was really a secret, you really wouldn't know. Okay? He would be throwing stuff out like it's a fad. Trust me, you would not know who was a part of what. That is what I have for you. Um, and hopefully this has been helpful. But yeah, somebody up here really thought this this Queen of Swords right here. Um, they don't have to be an air sign, just so we're crystal clear. They don't have to be an air sign. Um, but somebody has a very nervous energy. They're superficial and inconsistent. This is a person who is older than you. Whoever this is, they're older than you are, right? And something about their energy reminds you. It's very. It connects you to something from your childhood. It reminds you of someone in your family that you're not really that close with. Somebody in your family, um, and um, that could have been a deciding factor for you saying no about something. This energy right here. Sometimes you meet people and their energy alone will be a deciding factor for you to say, nah, you good. You good. They just give you this, the kind of energy that, maybe your mother or grandmother warned you about, maybe your aunties warned you about, like you sitting around talking to them like that one right there. Nah, don't ever go on a short trip with that one. That's the type that, nah, don't go on a short trip with them. So yeah, and I'm looking at this energy right here because I'm looking at the number 3 right here that kind of stuck out for me, third house. Yeah, don't talk to them. That's the type of energy, something about their energy. So it's sometimes you meet people and it's that one energy that gives off this energy is incredibly smart. And it's not even about, it's somebody that could have probably mentored you, but something about their energy, mm-mm, very off-putting. Mm-mm. And they did exactly what I'm telling y'all. Somebody did exactly what you heard about their type of spirit would do. This is somebody who is older than you. This is somebody who is older than you are. So anyway, this is what I have for you. Hopefully this is helpful. Bye.